Fantastic! Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to this special KSP video. I decided to build the steam train from Back to the Future 3 in the middle of a live stream, and this is what happened. I got the main boiler up and rolling, had a bit of a reference picture there. It's not the one from the film, but it's the same type of engine that I decided that I was going to use. Managed to stick a light in the front, wasn't very happy with the lamp, but I was happy with this fairing, which I hid inside to make the primary smoke funnel. I put the beginnings of a cab on to give myself a bit of a base, and then kind of brought that out to start building the front of the engine. This bit took a little bit of getting right. I did quite a lot of wiggling around with different components to get things where I wanted, but I wanted to start this front part here, this plough / cattle griddy type thing on the front. Little bit of wiggling, and I didn't think I was going to have it how I wanted to. I didn't think I was going to be able to quite easily do it, but I put some bits inside it to fill it out a little bit and a little ring on the bottom, and I was actually quite happy with the end result of that. The main part of this build, the actual core component, is a probe, which is actually right in the front of the engine itself, and actually worked really quite nicely. Now here you can see I'm putting the main wheels in. Now this took quite a bit of work to get right. I even at one point extended the engine out by another tank. Here we are, I just did that there, to see if I could fit things in exactly how I wanted them, but in the end I decided I had it closer with just the two main barrels. So a lot of wiggling and fiddling to get that just how I wanted it to, but in the end I was very happy with the way it went. So a little bit of a look at it on the runway just to make sure it didn't fall to pieces, and it didn't. I was quite surprised. Filling out the underbody because that was a little bit empty. We needed some bits in there, and then the connecting rods for the piston so that the wheels, well, they're not going to turn. They're never going to turn. This is stock KSP. I can't do anything really clever like that, but at least I was hoping to. Oh well, never mind, it crashed. No, I put some wheels on it, and parts of the train were dragging on the floor, causing it to move and crash, but eventually I got that braced up, and through a normal drive it was fine. I put an engine just on the back there where the cab was so that I could do some testing, and the medium landing gear did their job. It supported the train quite well. And then the bit I wasn't looking forward to, doing the cab and the tender, which actually turned out to be a lot easier than I thought. I spent much more time on the front of the train and the wheels than I thought I would on the cab and the tender. And then there we go. That was the main part of the build, pretty much done. It was then just tweaks and a couple of details from that point there. Apart from the fact that I realised I couldn't leave the rocket in the cab where I had it before because the train just wouldn't move. So I had to do a lot of fiddling around to get them just how I wanted it to. The tender at the back wasn't designed for to hold the rockets. Now at this point I did actually for a little while think about putting rockets under the train to make it go up. It just flipped over and blew up the runway. Did some tweaking, put some SAS modules in, and it flipped over and did it again. But never mind, I decided that's not really what I was trying to achieve here. I didn't want to make something that could fly. I wanted to make a train in KSP that could just go forward down the runway. Really, that was my target. So here I am adding some more details. I got rid of the rockets and anything that was under it, and doing a little bit more detailing on the side. I didn't go crazy with it. I didn't try and make it exactly the same. I just tried to make it quite similar, and hopefully I thought it would be okay. Now here I'm trying to figure out different ways of connecting fuel up to those rear engines, and in the end I decided to put some actual fuel in the back, and then I tried to decide on different ways that I was going to connect that later on. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a lot of little bits of tweaking towards the end, and this is pretty much the train as it is now, and it goes pretty smoothly and pretty nicely until it hits a big bump or you go way too fast. And because the funnel is a fairing, I can actually blow it off like it explodes in the Back to the Future film. But here we are, the final run with the engine going down the runway. This is the first time I've built anything like this in KSP. I've always built functional things, rockets, planes. I've never tried to build anything that had any sort of aesthetics, and this one's all about aesthetics. It doesn't do anything apart from go forward. So yeah, I was quite happy with it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Any thoughts, ideas, tips and questions can also go down there as well. And if you want to check out my my standard Let's Play, I'll put a link for that in the description as well. But here you can see I blow the top off there, and I just set the engines to max power so that we have a fiery finale. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.